Well, good day, tubes. How's she going? Pretty good here. It's bright and early. And I'll tell ya, she's a cool morning. You know what that's gonna mean. The next, probably, if it hasn't started yet, probably in the next week. Or maybe 2 weeks, maybe. These, oh, no, never mind. It's already started. Now, I think this is maybe the start of it, but let's see here. Yeah. This is the start of it. The leaves are changing. As you can see. We had one cooler morning the other morning there. It was about 10 degrees. And that's just about enough to trick the trees here to say, oh, look at that. It's time for fall. Darn it, already. Now they're just starting, I think. This one here, I don't know if it's good any yet. Some of them are a lot later than other ones. This one so far isn't so bad yet, but she's on her way. This oak tree here will be the last one. They actually just go brown and that's it. Yeah, so she's on her way. So that's why I've got my leaf catching box out there. I've had it out a week or so. I knew it was going to start going sooner or later here, but I won't probably be bagging leaves for another 3 weeks yet, maybe, anyways. But get her ready, I guess, you know. And yeah. Now, I'm not 100% actually convinced that these are actually changing yet. That might be stress from when it was so dry. When we had so much dryness there. Now everything's all green and growing again, of course, but too little too late for those leaves anyways. Hopefully it doesn't wreck the tree, but it shouldn't, but you never know. But anyways, yeah, so that job will be coming up in the next little while. Kind of really not sort of looking forward to that too much because I've been so busy doing other stuff. I don't know when I'm gonna have time for leaves, but anyways, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna get inside here today and start working on this carburetor. I think doesn't seem to have leaked any fuel sitting there, but it does if you turn it on its side. I don't think it's supposed to do that. So we're gonna maybe assault this thing today and tear it apart and see what's going on inside there with probably that needle and seat. It seemed to be running okay, so I don't really think it needs like the gaskets and stuff, but maybe we'll just try changing that needle and seat. Probably should take it right apart and blow it right out, clean it right out, but I don't know if I want to go that far with it, but we'll see when we get in there. We have to pretty much disassemble it anyways to get in there, so I don't know, might as well do it, we might as well do it, right? So anyways, let's get a spot cleared on the table here, get her cleaned up a little bit, and start tearing it apart. This is the KM 130R. Okay, first of all, we're going to need to take off this side cover, and the top cover here is already. Once again. Pretty much got that down pat now. Ooh, I got something new that was sent to me that I can use for this job. You guys remember? Got this sent to me. Sucks your gooeyes to. Whoa. That's pretty sweet. Okay, let's hopefully the magnetic doesn't interfere with the camera. shouldn't. It could potentially erase your SD card though. Whoa! Okay, cover is off. Now what do we got to do in here? I think we'd have to take off these bolts inside of here to get the carburetor loose. That holds on your housing there as well. So for that, we will need some more tools. Well, this sucks already. First snag, they must have a very narrow, very thin socket for these. It's an 8mm nut in there, and I can get that one on. You can see I'm just going to turn that one off. But this one on the other side is extraordinarily thin, and I can't get that down on that nut. Oh boy. Well, I don't exactly want to have to grind a socket down to get in there, but I got another little 8mm here. Wow, yeah, I don't think I can even get on that one. Nope. It's so tight the socket stays in there too. Well, it's really close, but let's see if we can do a zoom here. Hang on. So that one is the good one. I can get that one off. But this one over here, you can see how tight it is inside there. This one actually has, it's sort of hard to see, but it's got quite a bit more room. Let's see if I can get a little more light in there. You can see it's got more room. This one's pretty darn, come on, light, pretty darn tight in there, so I don't know what I'm going to do here. It's interesting. And it's kind of like deep in too, eh? So you need a fairly decent socket, but okay, total customized socket. Just kind of ground her down off a little bit. Guess I can turn my Dewey off now. So hopefully this fits in here now. It should. It took a fair bit off. There's what it was, and the thinner one. Yeah, should fit. Well, she's turning. Seems to work good. Yeah, there goes the nut. That's nuts. Fit that one out right. Custom, eh? Custom tools. I guess made that like half a millimeter bigger. It probably would have fit with a normal socket, but anyways. And there's the second one. So they're a pretty tiny little nut. Just holding that on. Okay, so make sure we keep track of that because we're going to need that to put it back on. What else we got here? There's, you know what he didn't probably come in the kit is the gasket that goes between the air filter housing and the actual carburetor. There is a screw holding that, but it looks smaller. Oh, you rats. Okay, still puts a little bit smaller hex bolt, Torx bolt on there. I'm not even too sure if I've got one of those. I'll have to go look at my toolbox. Or sometimes you can cheat That one actually might work. Oh, look at that. Now, what is that piece that's taken off there? That seems kind of weird, like it doesn't really need to come off. Oh, I see, it's just a holder dewey. That's kind of weird the way they set that up like that, but okay. So there's our air filter housing off. Woo. Almost dropped, yes. The camera's not sitting in the right spot. I think that should be mostly good. Now there is a vacuum line down in here underneath. But we need to get the fuel lines off here first, and that might be fun because they're probably all hard and stuck on now. They are actually a little stiff. It's a little maybe not too good. They have a little bit of stifficity into them. Okay, those are off. Oh, I hear a concrete truck coming in. That'll be into this for a little bit. Can't even see that vacuum line, but I think I can get them off here. Oh, I just get started something. Right? Just get started something and nope, not today. Oh, crazy. I should probably be taking that little plastic cover off, but then we need to take this throttle thing off too, I forgot. Yeah, I guess we're not working on this for a few more minutes now until I get them guys situated. What on earth is holding this thing down still? It still feels really tight. There we go. Just trying to get that free. Okay. Carburation machine is off. And it looks like all the gaskets are still not too bad there. I think she'll be alright because I don't think you get those in the kit. Which totally makes no sense. You would think you would get those in the kit, but apparently you don't. Okay, I have to go see what these fellers are wanting to do here, and we gotta get time to finish this today. If not, I'll have to do it tomorrow, I guess. I'll just leave it sitting on the whatchamacallit here, ready for a look at. I have to clean her all off first, and then probably crack it open so you don't get too much extra dirt inside of it, because she's a little crubby, a little bit crubby, but we'll get that after. Okay, wow, did I ever get sidetracked today? You just see my stepfather leaving there. Oh, don't hit my truck. Holy crap. He's just leaving. He brought a Ryobi weed whacker in, full 4-stroke, so it's actually just straight gas and a little oil sump in the bottom. Brought that in for me to have a quick look at here, and ended up spending more time with it than I wanted to, but it ended up having It's got valves and everything, like my stuff does, but it's a full 4-stroke, no mixed gas, right? So, yeah, it ended up having something wrong with it. It wouldn't run on high speed too well. We had its carburetor all apart and cleaned it all out and didn't find anything wrong. So, with that, but put it all back together, still didn't want to run right. So, I was like, let's try a little test. So, we put it upside down. And there's supposed to be a sealed crankcase in that, pressurized crankcase, so you can run them upside down. And it ended up leaking a bunch of oil through, and so when we flipped it around to start it again, it just blew smoke all over the friggin' place. So I think there's a ring problem in it, so I just gave it back to him. Like, yeah, nothing much we can do with this. So I couldn't tune it out of it though. You'd start running once you got it running fast, and you start tuning it, you know. So let's say tuning. So we turn it in to lean it out till it blah 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 blah. Okay, so and I couldn't seem to get that bogging tuned out of it. So you let it off, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, oh yeah, something's not right here. So yeah, I spent a bit too much time on that, and basically I had just got in with the concrete guys now, before we started working on this thing. So I got kind of screwed. So I'm gonna have to see how far we can go today with this, and go from there. So should be a little bit of residual fuel come out of this. Pump it all out. So that primer bulb's still pretty good on this one. I think I'll probably keep it going for now. But what was I concerned with on this one now? I can't even remember. Oh yes, it kept leaking fuel. Which probably on... I think it's on, should be on this side, I think, if I can remember right. Hang on, I'm gonna have to examine this for a second. Alright, so we're gonna pop off, this is a vent, a pressurized vent here. That wasn't very tight. That's what I found on his little machine too when we took the carb apart. The screws really weren't tight. I mean, you get a little tiny little bit of an air leak on these things and it's a freaking nightmare. Tiny, tiniest little air leak. And whoa, it come apart real easy though. Okay, so make sure we get this back together, right? The screw's not quite right out. Okay, so what do we got here? That's the vent, it looks all good, and there's a spring that goes back in there, we'll say. Oh, look what I found in there. I don't know if we can see in there, there's a little piece of crub. See this little piece of crub right there? That could create a complete nightmare. Alright, that's not the side I wanted to see. Must be under the primer bulb here. I'm looking for that needle and seat. But we'll tear this right down. I just took some pictures of it too. Oh, wow, all kinds of cool little parts here. Totally gonna get screwed. I better take some more little pictures here maybe. Maybe I'll just kind of temporarily put this back together. Something like that. Like that, and like that. Okay. Let's just see how tight these ones are.
Not too bad. That's pretty good. That one's not even tight at all. That's probably half my problem right there. I bet you that is my problem right there. This screw was not even tight. That one wasn't too bad, so I bet you that was seeping out there. It sits on the right spot, it just siphons her right out. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but there was definitely no tightness to that one. So, but we'll have a look in here. I'd like to check the little diaphragm. Okay, so the spiggity spout goes to the orange choke lever. Okay, so this should come off. That's your primer bulb. Prime, suck prime. That come off pretty nice. So it goes like that. Just put that back on. And under here is your diaphragm. So what happens with the vacuum? It when the engine runs, in and out vacuum, it pumps this thing in and out, which sucks the fuel into the carburetor. Okay, I'm just going to take a picture of that guy too. Pretty straightforward though, like there's a little vent thing here, right? So, trouble is though, these little gaskets under here, see that black part there? There's a skinny little membrane on there, and there's this thicker gasket thing, which most times will tear when you take them off. It's really, really close. I'd like to be able to just put it back on, but so there we go. I got her off. Just tore a hair a little bit, but that'll create an air leak too, so that'll need a replace. Or you can see I just tore the edge there just a hair bit, so that's not too good. I might be able to just glue that down with my special stuff again. I've got some special stuff that I can put on. And I don't have a really good scrape and duty here, so I'll just have to use this guy. Okay. So that's your needle and seat in here. Let's see if I can get you a close-up of this. So as your machine's running, it's vacuum in and out, and it's activating this little thing here. And sucking your fuel into the carburetor here and distributes it to wherever it has to go. That's pretty sweet, eh? Tiny, 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 tiny little guy. I really hate taking these things apart because they're really, really small. And my fingers don't seem to want to work small anymore, because there's a lot of tiny little pieces here. Little spring, and then the little needle just falls out. So, see if I can get a focus in on that for you. It's a little neoprene end or some kind of rubbery stuff on there. And now, you know, all this new ethanol crap they're putting in our fuel. I'm not too sure if that's neoprene safe or not, so now they give you all these little plugs as well here. I don't generally like to take those out. Those are all nicely glued in and stuff. Probably just gonna leave those. I mean, the machine's running fine, it's just leaking a bit of fuel, but I think it's probably because of that thing was loose. but that's carburetor in a nutshell. I'm just going to give this a little bit of an air treatment here. Make sure that doesn't come out. Oops, sorry. Just blow some things around here. I'm not going to bother taking these needles out because, like I say, it was running fine. So, but I'm just going to give her a little cleaning with some air. Surface cleaning, I guess we'll say. Well, I don't know if I can zoom in on this. I'm going to show you how incredibly small this hole in the center is. You get like 1 microfiber of dirt in there. If I can get her in the right spot. That's like the size, probably, of like a wire on a small wire brush. Pretty darn small, eh? So, I don't even think this little wire brush will fit in there. Not that I need to, because it's running fine, but not exactly the straightest piece of wire either. It's not even going to fit in there, so bloody small. But anyways, I think mostly everything's fine. I'm just going to throw her back together and just tighten her back up. Okay, so let's start with this stupid needle and seat. I want to actually look at this really close here. I'm going to have to use the camera. Darn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Focus on this thing. Okay, hang on. I'm going to have to try this a different way here. I want to just have a better look. I think the camera's got better eyes than I do now. Where is it? It's so small I can't even see it. There it is. Yeah, I don't think that's looking too bad. Whoa, sorry. Let's get that back into focus here. It's good and sharp still. I think I'm gonna keep driving with that same one. Just save the other one in that kit then for some our time when we need her. I think everything's okay. Okay. Yes, I do hate doing these things because my fingers, I guess, have been chopped so many times and stuff. I can't even feel this stuff anymore. It's so freaking... It's so freaking small that I can't even hardly feel it. Okay, I think I got her. Just gotta adjust that little pin. There we go. That should be good. Still working. Okay, so that guy goes back on there, but I am going to just put a little bit of my blue gooey stuff to it. Just need a skim coat of this stuff. Don't need much at all. I just use a little flat bladed screwdriver. And it was down here that it ripped. Because you really don't want this stuff to get inside. Because that'll create even more of a nightmare for you. I could use the new gasket I got in that kit, but you know what, I'm just going to try to cheat and do this way. I don't want to get too much in that little hole there. Okay, it's not very much, but you don't need very much. That diaphragm's kind of weird looking actually. It's got a bit of a weird spot. See the whitey kind of spot on the bottom there? I don't know if I like that too much. That might have been where it was leaking. I don't know. We'll just put her back together and try her. See how she goes. How she goes. Okay. Just going to give this little cap a blast here. And the spout, out, the spout. Spout went to the orange dewy. And then that guy goes on top. Have to back these out a little bit now. We're getting her built up here. And be able to find a hole there, you would think. Okay, I won't crank that quite down yet. Get them all started and going. And I am willing to bet that's where that was leaking out of this side of this thing. It was kind of grimy over there too, right? So I'm willing to bet. Okay. Try to keep using frame here. So snug. 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 Little torquing. Little torquing. Little torquing. Torquing. That should do. Okay. So this guy, I think everything looked pretty good in there. Back these out a bit again here. I'm not really too sure what this part does, but it does have a gasket dewey on it here. Doesn't look dirty or anything, so I think I'm going to drive on with it. That goes on there. That should go and fit right there. And this should go right there. No, I'm wrong. Oh, I was right. Was I? Yeah, that's what my picture says. I put it on the right side. Nah. There we go. So what the heck I was thinking. I had my picture upside down, I guess that's why. Sorry. We're good. So I'm not going to have time to throw this thing back on today and try it. We'll have to do that tomorrow or something. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so time is it now? Oh, I guess I got time, what the heck. Okay, so I'm gonna get this thing reinstalled onto the machine. It's not gonna probably be that interesting, but anyways, here we go. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this now. Gotta make sure I get that vacuum line, pressure line onto that little fitting, which we did. Should be alright. So this is going to be a pain to get this little guy on here now. Little throttle cable's kind of, well, I guess it's alright, but it's a little silly-ish on these things. Up and over the top thing. Okay. Pressure line. That thing's got to come over for that other cover here to snap onto. Oh, we better make sure we put the fuel lines on, or wonder why the frick won't it start? And there's fuel getting all over the place. What the heck? Fuel line there, primer line here. Hopefully that one little bolt is all it was. It's creating us all that grief. That thing should just snap right there and click back on. Okay, we have a couple of bolts with our special little adapted 8mm socket now. I'll have to make sure I keep track of that, I guess. That little magnetic tray works great, I'm going to say. Super awesome. Come on, baby, catch. Oh, yeah. I know what's going on here. There we go. Yeah, it's funny that the carb kit doesn't include, actually I don't think it includes. No, they don't include any base gasket stuff. They have none of the, you know, between the carburetor and the engine stuff. Or the air cleaner in the carburetor box here. So it's kind of stupid. That socket works good now. Okay. Make sure we got fuel in here. Yeah, there's some. We better maybe put, just want to see if this prime's alright. Yeah. She's all good. I like that. We'll put this cover back together, I suppose. Maybe. When in doubt, smash it! No, I'm just kidding. Shouldn't force stuff. Oh, that's really not sitting right yet. There, that's better. Okay, hopefully this is the last time we have to take these screws off. And I will put probably the leaf blower attachment on. So I started working on the mower today too. It needed new blades, and I actually gave it a little pressure wash off with, I got a little chintzy $70 pressure washer from Crappy Tire like many years ago, and it is pretty chintzy, but eventually it blasted through all the crap under the deck. It wasn't terrible too bad. Okay, spark plug back on. We got no extra parts, so that's even better. We need an air filter and a cover. That one's nice and clean and dry now after we compressed it. Okay. Alright, let's hook something up to her. We'll take her out and give her a little buzz, and then I guess I'll leave her down on its side or something, maybe like that, and see if she fills that thing full by like tomorrow or something. I like that. When it's idle, don't have my screwdriver with me, of course. Actually got some thrust to it when you can feel it. Woo. All right, I'm going to leave her on her side, I guess, in here somewhere overnight, and we'll see things have leaked out. I don't know if that little screw being loose might have been enough for the fuel to seep out. I'm trying to remember how I had it the other day there. I think it was like right over or something. wonder if I should fill it up to give it the best chance it can to try to leak out. Maybe we'll do that too. Okay. I'll leave her like that. If it's going to do anything, it's going to leak out there for sure. I will check it just before I leave today, which actually is pretty much right now. I have to take this big trailer back up to the house and try to get her parked again. So I guess all this stuff can sit here for now. I should write on there what this is for. KM150. I think I will. Okay, I also noticed on this Kubota, we better probably maybe soon do an oil change to her. We're 50.9 hours, 51 hours. I wanted to do one at 50, and then every 100 probably after that. It's going to be fun. I've never done one on this before, so I'm sure everything's buried. It's maybe not terrible, too bad. Stuff's a little buried. Not too bad though. I'll have to find which plug is the right drain plug underneath. Also, I got to figure out too how many liters I need to put back in it, and I'm not 100% sure. And usually I'm pretty good with my manuals and stuff, and for some reason, the little bag that come with this, I can't find it. I've had it somewhere, but I cannot put my finger on it right now, so I'll have to figure that out, or just look it up online. There's probably a manual online for that, but we might do that in the next few days. I've got oil here, diesel oil, so should be good. I'll probably just put some 1030 into her, but I'll have to read what manual I can find online. It's a little like bluey colored bag, and all my manuals and stuff are in here, but I'm wondering if by mistake when I did my big shop clean here, if I maybe threw it out. It's in like a, well, there's for my ATV, so that should go back to the ATV. I'll have to remember that. See, I just got total happy here, and maybe I threw it out by mistake. Hard to say. I'm sure I can get it online, so it's not, a major deal. Anyways, I'll let that sit. Hopefully by tomorrow there's not a big puddle, or that air filter was dry when I put it in. Hopefully she's dry again. I gotta put this stuff away, I guess, yet. Oh man, hang on. Alright, we gotta get these stabilizing bars off. They say you shouldn't back up with them. And I probably don't need these bars, but they come with the whole package here, so because the truck itself has a stabilizing program into it apparently. Okay, so we'll do that, get the other side off. I noticed something interesting here. Hang on. I've got the truck in that tow mode tune right now, and I see the pipe has quite a considerable more soot out the back end here. I don't like that too much. So let's do a grimy cold. Let's see what comes pouring out here. A little bit of sooty there. You hear the turbos spool up a bit there, eh? Yeah, it's a little sootier than it was before for sure. So I don't know if I like that too much. What I'll probably end up doing though when I'm not towing this thing is either put it back to the stock tune or to the efficiency tune, whatever they call that. But yeah, so anyways, I'll get that other bar off here, and then we'll see if we can back her in beside the container there. It frickin' sucks backing this thing in because you cannot see anything. But we'll give her a shot here. This other bar off. So I'm not liking this mirror so much. The convex is nice. You can see, you know, the stuff. But I don't know, this one, it just seems like you're sitting too close or something. It's weird. Where this side, you know, is pretty good. You can see quite a bit of stuff. Actually see down the side of it. I don't understand why, but this one you gotta get way the heck out to sort of see down the side. I don't know why. But anyways, I think everything's releasing. I should give these brakes a little test here. Yeah, that was all trailer brake. And that trailer weighs, oh, it's quite a bit. Quite a bit of weight there, so let's see if I lock those right on. Try to pull ahead. Yeah, they're locked up. Good brakes. It's a good test, I guess, for them. So, backing this in, I actually don't really know if I'm going to be able to film this. Because I need all wieners on deck, if you know what I mean. All wieners on deck. You got to remember, you got a 30-foot trailer behind you too, so you got to go really nice and wide. And there's something making noise back there. I've greased up the torsion bars. They were making a heck of a cracking sound. It was horrible. And something else, I think it's right on the hitch, and I just gave her a spray with some fluid film. I don't know if I want to make sure we get through the gate here. I don't know if I want to try to take it for a little drive and see if it's still doing it. It's probably all it was. It was probably just making creaky noises. So now is the time where someone comes in behind me that has to get out, and I've got this whole bloody road blocked off trying to get this thing jammed back in here. So the only thing I have problems with is right on the corner of the driveway there's a tree thingy there, and if you don't get her cocked in the right way there, you'll smash into the other tree on the other side. So I don't know how I'm going to film this for you, as if maybe I won't. I'm going to just try to get her in place here. Sorry, but you know, like I say, all wieners need to be on. Holy crap, it's like backing a spaceship into the freaking spaceport, man, let me tell you. It's pretty brutal. But I think I got her cocked pretty hard here right now, but I want to leave enough room between the container here. Oh crap, I got a picnic table there right now. I'm getting too tight there. I gotta bring her head a little bit. Oh, it's hard to film this, boys. Hang on. I'm trying. Okay, so now I have to be able to look through that headrest. And I can't. Okay, so I'm actually getting a bit too close to that container. We can straighten out a bit and then go back a bit more and then start cutting her harder. Leave a little extra room. I know you can't probably see anything, but you're seeing about what I'm seeing. You know, I got that picnic table sitting back there too, so I'm gonna have to go see how close I am to that. Looks close to that container, but we'll see here. So if we're wanting to sit at this table, we're gonna have to move it back a bit because that's got to come back some more yet. I guess we'll have to move that table somewhere else, because I got to actually bring this trailer back to about here somewhere. Not a whole lot of walking room, but and how's it look down this side here? It's still a little tighter than I'd like. Could probably try to swing her over a little more. That'll do for today. I don't even feel like unhooking it right now. I'm just too lazy feeling. Just need a drink of water. I think I've just been parging myself all day, so a little closer to the container than I'd like. But I haven't unhooked it yet, so I could always readjust. Should be enough room to get the stick out and oh yeah, if you need to. Maybe not for carrying stuff in and out, but I think if I was over a little bit more, I think I'm a little tight here. Maybe a foot more over. She might be better just over here a bit. But I can readjust that. I just don't feel like it now. I'm done for the day. But anyways, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you maybe tomorrow. We'll check that weed whacker, see if she's leaking or not. Hopefully it's not. If it is, I don't know. We'll have to tear it apart again, I guess, see what's going on. At least we know there's no blockages. Seems to be running pretty good too. Idling not the greatest, needs a little adjustment, but maybe we blew a little piece of crub out. I don't know, hard to say. And stuff. So anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.